Welcome back, travelers, to another episode of Captain and Tenilles Travels. Tenille doesn't do this type of hike, so we've got Dave Plummer as cohort for the trek. Our journey brings us back to Yosemite National Park in California. This ginormous park is just east of San Francisco by about 3.5 hours, and you seriously need 5 to 6 days to explore most of it. This episode will center on the bucket list worthy Half Dome hike, which is a full day by itself. This is a 17-mile outback hike that culminates in the infamous Half Dome summit with cables, and it's about a 9 to 12 hour adventure depending on your fitness level.
This trail.
After you cross a bridge, you're in the section where the Mist Trail gets its name, at least in the spring and early summer when the snow melt is at its peak. This is where the fun begins and the rain gear comes out. There's some serious stair climber action ahead as you ascend 1,000 feet to the top of Vernal Falls. Always remember, with epic hikes like this, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Don't overexert yourself and take breaks when needed. Plummer always says, gotta pace yourself, you'll disgrace yourself. So there's no shame in breaks, especially on the way up, as you'll be using tons of energy. With such a large elevation gain, almost 5,000 feet in 5 to 6 hours on the way up, it's really important to stay hydrated, like 3 to 4 liters per person for the entire day. You want to make sure you eat plenty of high energy foods like trail mix, dried and fresh fruits, energy bars, beef jerky, cheese sticks, just to name a few things. Maybe a beer for the summit? I don't know. I'll let you decide that one.
Top of Vernal Falls.
Do not be tempted to get in the water up here. People have literally died thinking they'll just get in for a quick dip. Equally unintelligent is getting over the railing here to get a marginally better shot that really no one's going to be impressed with. Step away from the device and just soak in how amazing this place is, that you're actually here. Once you get past this terrible Nevada Falls footage, which looks much better in person, You'll trek through sandy and evergreen-filled Little Yosemite Valley, then scramble up Subdome and finally make it to the saddle. I will say to me, Subdome, with its open ascent, was a little more sketchy than I thought the cables were, but plenty of others say the opposite, so to each their own. So you finally made it. You've hiked half a day to get to Half Dome. This is the saddle, and it's the last piece of granite between you and those cables. Take a breather, hydrate up, stash your poles, it's game time. And if you're having any hesitation, as I have once before, remember, you didn't come this far to only come this far. This is it. You've made it. This is a great achievement that not a lot of people can say they've done. The only thing better is the pure majesty that surrounds you while you're up here. Pictures and video just don't do it justice. Take some time while you're up here. Unplug, decompress, breathe air that's as fresh as you've ever breathed before, and let your senses soak it up. And leave videos like this to be here to remind you why you did it. Because you can. Well, what goes up must eventually come down. Keep an eye on those clouds. When they start building while you're up there, it's time to go. Granite is super slick when it's wet, and even a couple of spots on the way down are kind of slick even when it's not wet. But just take your time, take breaks at the boards along the way. Everyone is super patient. Just enjoy the views while you're up there. After all, you're not up there very long, and it's all downhill from here.
Oh man.
It gets easier the further up you go, though. So.
Wait, you weren't kidding? Oh my goodness. I was told this was a quarter mile.
Oh, wow.
They lied to me, man.
He lied hard. You got it.
You don't need high-end hiking, climbing gloves. Even basic garden gloves will do, but gloves are a must. There's usually scatterings of them tucked under a rock near the saddle, but bring your own just in case, and take them with you. There are boards to rest on every 10 feet or so, but make sure they're secure before you put full weight on them, and don't lift up on the poles. They can be pulled out if you're not careful. But don't worry, the cable integrity is not affected as the cables are anchored separately. The cables are put in the Friday before Memorial Day and come down after the second Monday in October. Permits are required when the cables are up and can be tough to get. Now there's 3 ways to get access to the cables. Either the early lottery, which is on March 1st, which has a 22 to 23% success rate, the daily lottery 2 days before you plan to hike, or permit hopping, where you go ahead and hike and try to make friends along the way who have an opening on their permit. This method is best accomplished by starting your hike early in the morning, chatting people up along the way, and also waiting right before Subdome where the ranger checks permits and hopping in with someone there.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Thanks.
That's it. You made it back down from the top of Half Dome with us. You probably conquered some fears along the way, and you definitely earned that beer or pizza, or both, back at Curry Village. Everyone that completes this incredible feat shares an amazing sense of accomplishment and has memories and tales for a lifetime of their journey to the top of the North Face, Half Dome. So thanks again for joining us. We hope you'll like and subscribe our channel, and at the very least, see you on the next adventure.